Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is doing well. And today we're just going to kind of sit down and talk about how I balance my time when it comes to content creation, running, and working part-time. For those of you who know, I do run around 90 miles a week. I think this week I ran 90 miles and ran for a total time of 12 hours and 10 minutes. And that doesn't include, warming up, getting ready for runs, cooling down after, stretching, all that stuff. Like obviously the cool down and warm up run is included, but all the stretching that goes into it and getting ready, whether I have to write down times or set my Garmin up for specific workouts on the treadmill, stuff like that, like none of that is included in this 12 hours and 10 minutes. So realistically, probably a little bit more going into that. I also do some lifting that's not involved, so it's a little over 12 hours, I'd say. Probably could be anywhere from 14 to 15 hours a week spent, focusing on exercise alone. And then also I work anywhere from 20 to 30 hours a week. I think this week I did 25, if I'm not mistaken. And on top of that, again, I also make videos. So I spend anywhere from, I don't know, 20 to 30 hours a week literally recording and editing videos for either YouTube or Instagram Reels or working on pictures, editing photos, stuff like that. A lot of time is taken out of that. And, a big part of that also is doing the podcast with Johnny every week. I spend like an hour recording that, but I also have like 30 minutes of setting everything up, editing all of it, exporting it. Like there's a lot of time that goes into everything that I do for content, and I don't make a penny off of it. So, when it comes to trying to figure out how I'm going to balance my schedule, I kind of have to figure out what is, worth the most for me. And obviously, work has to be number one. Like, I have to work X amount of hours to be able to pay all my bills. So, when it comes to work, I actually have a minimum requirement from my parents. While, I'm living here at their house, I am, required to work, and it's only 20 hours a week. That's pretty easy, especially when during the summers I was working upwards to 40, if not more, hours a week. I think last summer I spent 72 days in a row working. So, work is nothing new to me. What's new to me is consistently doing content on top of a more intensive training program now that I am with Arrow, actually doing proper training and trying to get really fit. Obviously, I've been the most fit I've ever been right now in my life. That's without a question. So, it isn't an easy thing to figure out how to balance work, but because I work at the Park District, the place I've been working for the past 7 years of my life, obviously I know my boss, and she pretty much lets me do whatever I need to do. Super, super sweet, super nice setup over there. And again, I get pretty easy hours, and so that's obviously number one. Number two is always going to be training. I really focus on running. It's the thing I'm most passionate about. It's what I want to do for the rest of my life, if possible, obviously. And I have to basically schedule that around my work schedule. So, for example, I normally for the past 2, 3 weeks have been working Monday morning from 5:45 to 9. I'll do an easy run after that, 10 miles, hour 20, hour 30 minutes, depending on how long it takes. And then that's right after I get out of work at 9 o'clock. Come home by 11, 12 o'clock. I will start editing the Passion Project, which airs every Wednesday. So that's my schedule for Monday. Jumping over to Tuesday, we normally work 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And normally I have workouts on Tuesday. So I'll get up 4:30, head to the gym around 5:30, do my warm up, start my workout anywhere between 6:50, 7:20 ish, and then finish up before 9 o'clock. Go downstairs, shower, change, head to work, or well, head literally a couple steps into the lobby, sit down at the desk, and work from 9 o'clock to 1 p.m. And then if I have a double workout, I'll do that right after. Or if I'm just doing an easy run, shakeout run, I'll do that after as well. Usually this is like a 30 to 40 minute shakeout run. Just jump on the canal, do a couple easy miles, head back to the gym, finish my run up in the parking lot, then head home. Usually on Tuesday, I do the finishing touches of the Passion Project. This is all the color corrections that I do, working with audio, doing titles, doing all the subtitles that you guys see when it comes to mileage and putting it into kilometers, adding in the workouts, adding splits, all that type of stuff is done on Tuesday, Tuesday night-ish. And I start my export on Tuesday night, put it into YouTube, and it uploads to YouTube from Tuesday night all the way to Wednesday morning. This upload process can take over 12 hours to do because I upload in such a high quality 4K. that it just takes very long, especially it being anywhere from, 15 to 20-minute video every Wednesday. So I have to make sure that it is uploading to YouTube by the end of the night Tuesday, otherwise it won't be out in time. Going on to Wednesday, normally have an easy run in the morning that I like to do the moment I get up, so I have enough time to stretch, shower, and eat before heading to work at 8 a.m. When I get to work at 8, this is just, an easy shift upstairs, 8 to 11. Try to work out after if I have time. Last week I couldn't because I had a meeting, but normally I'll try to work out after and then come home for a little bit, just relax. I've been trying to figure out what day works best to record the podcast. Sometimes it's on Tuesday, sometimes it's on Wednesday. Usually I try to get it done before Thursday because I have to have it uploaded by Friday. And if it's not done before Thursday, I just procrastinate and don't edit it in time to get it out on time. So not really sure where that's going to go permanently. Me and Johnny have to try to figure out our schedules. We continuously are trying to figure out what day works for the best of us. But yeah, jump back to work from 2 to 5 Wednesday night, and then come home, just kind of pass out. Thursday, get up. Normally we have a workout, so same thing as Tuesday. Literally the exact same thing on Tuesday. Work 9 to 1, workout in the morning, easy run in the afternoon, same setup. Friday, day off, usually. This week I worked, but that's just because I was picking up a shift. And normally I'll have the day off, which is super nice, but I'll get in my run in the morning. This is usually an easy run. Sometimes we do some speed work at the track, depending on how I'm feeling and what the weather's looking like. But otherwise, it's just a free day to, just literally take a day to myself. Because Saturday I work from 6:45 to 12 o'clock noon, and then I'll try to run before that shift if it's just an easy, 6-7 miles. Anything longer, I'll probably have to wait till after work, but usually I've been able to get it in before work. And then after I get out of work, right now with Call of Duty, I've been watching a ton of that on the weekends, so that's always nice. But otherwise, I just kind of finish up editing for whatever I'm posting on Sunday, because Sunday I wake up and have my long run. Like this morning, I had 17, a little over 17 and a quarter miles to get through, and it just takes a lot out of you. So obviously I'm pretty tired. And after I get all of that done, Sunday is just a great day to fully reset, plan everything for the next week, make sure all my videos are up and good to go, work on uploading the passion project, because exporting it from my camera, making bins on DaVinci and doing a lot of stuff like that when it comes to video editing takes a lot of time. So it really is just a balancing act between all those things. And now when I say all these things that I'm doing, I do kind of want to point out that I do kind of just give up any aspect of a social life with what I'm doing right now. If I'm going to take a trip, like next week, I'm going to go to St. Louis and I'll see some friends, but I'm going for a race. 2 weeks before, I went to California, saw Najanero, but again, it was for a race. Like, my social life, if you will, is whenever I go to race. At this point, I don't really mind. Like, I'm not a very social person. Like, I have some friends, like I text people, but, I don't really go out of my way to talk to people per se, which it's good and bad. I am the type of person where I can strike up a conversation with anybody and hold a conversation. Like, I'm pretty good at small talk, but at the same time, like, I have so much going on in my head that it's just kind of hard to sit down and like really talk to people, especially like people I don't know. I'm just like sitting here calculating times and paces, trying to figure out my weekly mileage, thinking about the workouts I have, planning all the stuff that I have to do at edit. And sometimes like people will start talking to me, and I just be like trying to like talk to them, but also like not fully into the conversation because I'm so just too much is going on in my head, to be completely honest. So it's hard because I want to have obviously a life outside of just work, content, and running, but I just truthfully don't. Like, I don't leave the town that I live in. Like, I'm fortunate enough to live with my parents and my brother, because if I didn't live with them, I wouldn't talk to anybody like on a daily basis. Granted, I go to work and I greet people and say goodbye as they leave, and it's nice to see some familiar faces. I strike up a conversation with some of the people that come in, some of the people that are regulars, but at the same time, it's not very much like a real social interaction in a sense. Like, it is to a degree, but again, like, it's just small talk. It's not really having full-on conversations with people. So, I just really don't have that in my life, and that's completely fine. Like, I don't party or drink or anything like that. I've never drank in my entire life, and I don't have any interest in doing that. I think when I was at college, I went to the bars like once or twice. I think we went to celebrate Brady's birthday, and like that was it. Like I had no interest in going back. Like I just, it wasn't, it's not for me. So I think that's completely fine. I think that everybody's entitled to what they want to do, and this is what makes me happy. So I'm not against it whatsoever. But with that being said, like there's some things that I just don't have in my life that people are like, well, how can you run for over 12 hours a week and work on videos for 20 hours, work 20 hours? Like, well, what else are you doing? And the answer is nothing. Like this is it. Like this is my life. Like I'll play video games and like, talk to the boys online, but it's not that often. Like maybe once or twice a week if that. Otherwise, like I watch COD whenever it's on the weekends, and that helps, but outside of that, like keeping up to date with sports like running and whatnot is, if it's on Instagram, I see it. If I do a little bit of extra research, I can find it, but otherwise I just don't really do much else, which I think some people might be surprised about. But yeah, that's really how I balance my life. I don't really have one outside of the three things that I really do, which I mean, some people might be like, oh my God, I can't believe that. But yeah, I mean, this is just what I'm passionate about. This is what I like to do. I think it's fulfilling, and it makes me the happiest that I think anything else would make me. So I don't mind doing it, and I know a lot of people are enjoying the series with the Passion Project and the videos and whatnot. So I'm glad to be a source of motivation, and I really hope that you guys do enjoy everything that I create, and I can hopefully see you guys obviously in every video in the future. I appreciate all your guys' support. If there are any videos you guys would like to see me make, please let me know, because there are some things that I want to do, but it's also very time consuming, where at the moment I just don't have time to make them. So yeah, just let me know. I appreciate all your support. With that being said, take care, love all things, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.